知りたくない知りたくない知りたくない来世聞いた
Yo, it's your man MAS, My Annoying Senpai, back with another one. Alright, this time around we're talking about failure frame. Is this the next big Isekai? The answer is no. Alright, the answer is no. But, this is basically failure frame first impression. Alright, what is my first impression of this anime? It's on the list of things to watch. It's not bad. It's not a bad anime. First, episode number 1, it is not bad. Is it going to be taking the Isekai world by storm? No. Is it an original concept that I've seen? No. Is it? Have I seen other animes do this quite a bit? Yes. All right. And it doesn't help that the Go Isekai ReZero is back. Season 3 is active. All right. But here's my thing. For those of you who love failure frame, my man Tuka, right? I'm pretty sure I'm spelling this now, right? Touka. Toka or Tuka. I'm gonna call him Tuka. All right, so bear with me. But this is the thing that I feel like the majority of us love. We love the underdog. We love the anguish. Everybody loves a good comeback story. Nobody likes the arrogant, braggadocious hero or heroine. We gravitate towards, or I feel like people relate towards more to people who are a bit more modest, humble, started from the bottom, and we see their growth to the top. That's what we gravitate towards. So animes like that are always gonna win out here, in my personal opinion, right? And that's I don't think there's anything new with failure frame, all right? What failure frame reminds me of, basically, and this is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. You can have your opinion. It's basically like Shield Hero, right? And Solo Leveling had a bastard child, and the bastard child was failure frame. That is failure frame to me. Episode number 1. Maybe the rest of the season turns out fire. Maybe the book is fire, but we don't read over here. So I don't know why you're on this channel, but we do not read over here. Strictly the anime. Mine is my book. We read my book. Nobody else's, all right? But those two animes are pretty solid, and it's basically still Isekai, right? So Shield Hero, everybody shitted on, the main character, because everybody got a weapon, but he got a shield. But he made something of himself. Again, the underdog story. Solo Leveling. All right, my man's son was, the B word. He was disrespected, unappreciated. They did not understand his value. They left him for dead, and then he leveled up. Granted, he got some cheat codes. That's how it always happens. You get some cheat codes, but he leveled up. It's the underdog story, right? Failure frame essentially is like those two. The only issue with failure frame, at least like episode 1, excuse me, is basically I feel like they rushed it, if that makes sense. They definitely rushed it. There are a few moments in episode 1, if you're watching, that they didn't really build too much on, I won't say not only what was happening, but the progression of it. And that's something I had to learn myself the hard way with, creating my own stories. You really need to be cognizant of pacing. You really need to be cognizant of transition scenes, right? Most quality anime to above average anime, they're really good at transition scenes. And then sometimes it might not be the anime's fault. It might be all right, well, you only have a certain number of minutes to tell a chapter per se, and maybe the book has so much content that at least the book chapter 1 of the actual anime has so much content that they couldn't possibly fit it all in a 24-hour episode. So they rushed that shit, right? I'm not saying this anime did it, but some animes do. They rushed it. So if you read the book, always the books are the real prize. The book is always the real prize. So even though we don't read over here, I understand the value of reading. If you want the real story, no censorship, none of that hoopla, the book will have it from beginning to end, all the details, all the tea, right? But the anime it only has so many minutes to tell the story, right? So they can't cram everything in. So I'm assuming maybe that's what happened with Failure Frame, with some of the stuff feeling a little bit rushed. Like, hey, you didn't like, they could have like fleshed it out a little bit more, but maybe they were being rushed, meaning like, hey, like maybe that chapter 1 was so dynamic in the book that they had to cram the best parts in, all right? But my man Tuca was disrespected. They're always disrespected, all right? Like, who's not being disrespected? Like, man, people in my house disrespect me. You can't help it, right? It's 2024, you getting disrespected somewhere or another, whether it's by your parents, your boss, somebody's disrespecting you, all right? But you gotta maintain your peace. Anyway, my man Tuca was being disrespected. The arrogant kids, the one kid that was obnoxious, is always like that one obnoxious bully that's like, yeah, right? So, and they get teleported to a new world. Not much of a transition there, just like, and that's why I hate isekais. But I'm not gonna go, I was about to go on that rant. On why I hate isekais. Literally, like, they're in a school bus, whole new world. No, that's, what are we doing? This is why I can't stand isekais, but again, I'm not gonna go on that rant. So on the school bus, teleport to a new world, Tuca's like, yo, this might be my opportunity to rebrand myself. Like, apparently we have powers, I could be a different person. I've seen this before in Shield Hero, right? But the goddess is like, and to her credit, we will play devil's advocate. To her credit, she gave him a chance. Not like she just shitted on him off the bat, off rip, all right? Because some of these anime characters, some of these main anime characters act like people been hating on them from the jump. Nah, she gave you a chance. Shorty gave you a chance. The goddess gave you a chance, Tuca, right? You put your hand on the orb to see how much power you had, and it was like, and she's like, it's like, she's looking at people like, and then that's when she was like, all right, he a scrub. That's when she decided you're a scrub. Unfortunately, it's the way of women, right? So like, yo, once they see what your potential is, it's like, all right, he's a scrub. So she basically labeled you as a scrub. And you had the opportunity to prove yourself, and maybe the orb was faulty, right? Maybe somebody's gonna spoil it. Hopefully you guys don't spoil it in the comments. But like, the orb showed off your potential. Your potential was not great. She feels like she was cheated, and she's like, all right, he's a scrub. But apparently they have a ritual of what they do to scrubs in that world. So she sent them to some ruins for scrubs, right? There's a name for the ruins, but I'm just calling it the ruins of scrubs, right? So she sent them there. And he's thinking that people in his class was maybe going to defend him. Like, I guess like the one that was bullied was going to defend him, but he put his hand on the orb and he had crazy potential. And he's like, nah, I'm not like you. I'm in a new world and I'm gonna make something of myself. So I'm not you. So you can go to the room, the scrubs. I'm staying here. And you know, he had that demonic laugh, the other loser that turned out to be very super powered. That's where it starts. And then, you know, in the dungeon, he's testing out his abilities to paralyze and poison stuff. Where it's like, all right, like I thought these abilities are trash. The goddess said these abilities are trash. Of course, she exaggerated. What woman doesn't exaggerate sometimes? It's like, oh, no, you ain't shit. And then he was about to die. He's like, damn, my power isn't gonna work. And then it works. So he's like, oh, okay, like, because I'm not completely shit, right? And that's when I think he's building up to the whole, in the next episode, really testing out his low-level abilities, right? But the whole aspect is, I've seen this dance before, all right? I've seen it with solo leveling for what I've seen. Again, I haven't seen the rest of this season of Failure Frame. I will continue watching, very entertaining. Like, it's not, all because I haven't seen anything new doesn't make it a bad anime. It's just not the isekai, like, the next step of isekai, like the next genre of isekai. It's like, to me, the best isekai still so far are ReZero and then Jobless Reincarnation. So far, you know, there's more, of course. Reincarnate has a slime, but like those are like, in terms of isekai being a genre, which I still think is a shit genre, those are still like the best. And then my unsolicited favorite, Konosuba, right? To me, it's great. But I'm not like I'm objective. I could be objective. Konosuba is not like the best isekai, but it's funny as fuck to me. But like it's nothing that I haven't seen before. But it could get better. And Solo Leveling is better. Rising of the Shield Hero is better. I didn't finish this. I still gotta finish it, but that's better. But there's just better stuff out there. But no, I do not think Failure Frame for first impressions, I do not think is gonna take the isekai world by storm, but we will see. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. But check out my future videos about Failure Frame. I'll go into it in more detail. I'm definitely, like I said, it's not bad, so I'm excited to like see what happens. But just be on the lookout for the next videos. But again, my name is MES. Again, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.